Hello, today is Monday, December 1st. We are breaking down the upcoming massive northeast snowstorm, which will also bring some snow to some other areas yet. And we're also going to break down some of the cool air that is coming back down behind this system. So let's get right into it because there's a lot to talk about. So here's what the radar might look like earlier this morning. This is going to produce some snow over here in the plains and is going to really expand over into Missouri. Some of these areas have already gotten some heavy snow from our previous storm here. So it's just going to add to whatever you've got already. And down here in Arkansas, we're watching some freezing rain and some sleet. And some heavy rain down here in the south. Looks like we might have some trailing storms. But our snow is going to continue to the east as we head into the evening hours tonight. And most of our snow is going to be right over the southern Great Lakes region, pretty much covering the whole southern part of Michigan here, all of northern Indiana, northwest Ohio, and Illinois, and that is going to continue to the east. Behind it, we might actually have some lake effect snow, and some odd movement with our air is actually going to produce some lake effect snow to the north of Lake Superior today in Canada, so that's going to be interesting. Actually, that's mostly overnight. Our freezing rain is going to intensify as it heads into West Virginia and Virginia here, and that might go up into the DC a little bit, but our snow is going to really start to intensify as it heads over to the north and east. And right along this freezing, below freezing line, we are going to have our heaviest snow and heaviest rain. So depending on where that line is, it seems like it is going to be to the north of New York City and those of you along the coast, except maybe Maine. But inland New York, maybe Connecticut, northwest Massachusetts, most of Vermont and New Hampshire, and basically all of Maine is going to get a bunch of snow from this system. And this thing will probably move off by late tomorrow, early on Wednesday. And behind that, we might have some more snow. But let's talk about our temperatures and what is going on with that. But before we get to that, let's talk about our snowfall here. We have a broad 1 to 3 inches over here in the eastern section, maybe a tiny band of up to 4 or 5. With our lake effect snow, we could be all the way up to 8 to 10 inches right along Lake Michigan here, and a couple localized spots could get some heavy snow up here in Canada. Beyond this, we are going to have potentially a small area of up to a foot over here in the north and east. But our heaviest snow should be 6 to 10 inches, ranging from southern New York, not New York City, but kind of southernish inland New York. Most of Massachusetts, not the eastern half. We're going to see a lot in Vermont and New Hampshire, and southern Maine are going to be the hot spots for this. Plus, we're going to get a tiny bit of snow down here in Arkansas, maybe even into Texas a little. Now, here is where our freezing rain might go. We might have some small areas to get some high consistency of freezing rain. We're going to get a little bit stretching from Arkansas, northwest Tennessee, and central Kentucky here. But our hot spot is going to be over here in Virginia, West Virginia, and maybe even North Carolina. So we'll be watching that in the future for sure. Now, our last thing to talk about is the cold air over the next little bit. We are mostly below average, except for here in the south, maybe the northeast a little yet. But this is going to be still warm in the southwest here. And it is going to stay mostly above average in general in the west. We're going to have some extreme air come down middle of the week, and that's going to produce some pretty cold air. And we're going to have yet another cold blast. It seems like this one is going to be more extreme. And then as we head into the weekend, looks like we're going to have yet another cold blast, especially over here in the Midwest and Northeast, before we might have a chance of some warmer air. Now, the Euro is even more consistent with these cold blasts. Has 2, 3, and behind that, it does intrude some warmer air. But again, we have some cooler air coming back in, just like the GFS is showing. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I will see you later this week.